Hi, how are you doing? The other day I was leading a session with 20 kind of executive leaders in schools, and I was just explaining to them what coaching is, the power of coaching, the impact that coaching makes. And one of the guys put his hand up and just asked a brilliant question. He was kind of playing devil's advocate, but he was just throwing a question in for me, which was brilliant because it gave me a chance to really explain. And this was his question. He said, John, how do you actually measure the impact of coaching then? How do you know that what you do makes a difference? How do you really measure this? And I answered the question like this. You can't measure it. You can't measure the difference that this makes to people, because the difference it makes is immeasurable. We're dealing in stuff here that cannot be boiled down into statistics and graphs and bar charts. We're dealing in stuff here that really matters to people, and therefore it cannot be measured. Albert Einstein said, not everything that counts can be counted, and not everything that can be counted counts. And I think he's absolutely spot on with this. Now, we live in a society that just loves a statistic, loves a percentage, wants to try and boil everything down to some sort of graph that can prove the impact it's made. And yet the reality is that the things that really matter in life cannot be measured. Like, how do you measure the love that you show to the people around you and the impact that makes? How do you measure the sense of belonging people feel when they find their tribe? How do you measure the raising of self-esteem and confidence within children? How do you measure that? How do you measure your own happiness? How do you measure generosity? How do you measure forgiveness? How do you measure hope and trust and faith? And all the other things that really truly matter in life that cannot be measured. I mean, we can measure your status, if you like, against other people in society. We can measure the price of the house you live in, the car you drive. We can even measure the cost of the clothes you wear. We can measure the salary that you get each year. But none of those things really matter. The stuff that really matters is utterly immeasurable. And I, for one, want to live a life that's immeasurable. I, for one, want to live a life that concentrates on the stuff that cannot be counted, but absolutely counts. So all I can say is this, really. I think we have a choice to really deal in the stuff where we can create statistics about it, or deal in the stuff that truly, truly matters for people. And if you do that, your impact will never be able to be measured, but you will know it, and the people around you will know it. And I, for one, want to make a real difference to people. I, for one, want to help people really improve and grow themselves. But if anyone wants to come along and measure that, it's going to be utterly impossible. But the joy and the wonder and the beauty of life is found in the immeasurable, not in the stuff that can be measured. Take care of yourselves. See you soon.